Booyah! Tippy-tie, my damies, and welcome to episode 23 of Reviewedly Interrupted with me, your host, that silver-tongued little devil, Pootie Tang. Oh, yeah. Scalps. I read like the synopsis of it and everything, and it sounded crazy as shit, and it kept popping up like here and there, and it's like people talking about it. I'm like, dude, I gotta get this movie. So finally I got it, especially since it like had a really nice Blu-ray, and I was like, fuck yeah. And I don't know, it became like one of my favorite movies when I finally got it. And this sweet little dealio here, like this is a pretty sweet little Blu-ray copy. Coffee. Retro media. But yeah, it seriously became one of my favorite fucking horror films. It's so nuts. This is fucking Grindhouse. This is straight up Grindhouse, and it is fucking magnificent. If you've never seen it, like try to see this movie. There's another one called Scalps I saw on IMDb when I was looking for the link for the Blu-ray and shit like that and everything else. But definitely try to find this horror one from, what was the year? What was the year? I thought I had the year on here. Guess not. Anyway, it's old as shit. All right, like 70s or some shit, or early 80s. I'll when I talk about it later, I'll figure it out and I'll fucking tell you. But like, definitely, like, if you love grindhousey type shit, like old retro stuff that's really gritty and just fucking wild, Scalps, like, give it a shot. All right, I'm gonna go watch this one again. This one I've only seen like maybe 3, maybe 4 times so far, and I don't know, I like watching it, so it's gonna be fun to watch it again. So, all right, I'll be back in a get about and Wadata. All right, back in a bit. Scalps. Swear to God, it's not racist.
Today, just discovered. Be able to say goodbye.
Well. Fucking Scalps, man. I really love this movie. I think I said it was in my top 5. I can't remember if it made it in my top 5 or it's at least my top 10. As soon as I saw it, I was like, this is one of my top favorite movies. Like, supposedly it's been like hella censored and banned and shit like that, where I can see like with the, this came out in like 83, I think that was. I saw it was 1983, which at the time, you did have some horror slasher shit and everything. But I guess it was the scalping, maybe. The scalping. I love how it starts off with a straight up decapitation, and it's like the decapitation is so great. It is a great decapitation. Fred Olen Ray. This motherfucker is so awesome. He makes some like really good horror movies and shit. I think I've seen like 1 or 2 other one of his movies, and it's pretty fucking good. And this is total Grindhouse. Total Grindhouse. Like, some of it doesn't make any sense. I don't know what that cat, puma, whatever lion person is. I guess it's supposed to be some kind of spirit or something like that. I don't know. But like, it's got some weird shit in it and everything, but it's actually like really solid. The acting's kind of cheesy, of course. But like, I don't know, it's like really well done. Like, if you like a little gorier, a little bloodier fucking slasher from the 80s, this is definitely one of those, And it's like the effects are really good, especially like when one dude's all possessed and he fucking slits one bitch's throat, and it's just like the effect is really fucking good, And the makeup and everything else, and it has one of my favorite kills when like bearded dude is all sitting in the back of the truck and everything, you know, because they're like, hey man, our car's all fucked up, go check out that truck that's up the road. And so he goes and he checks it out, and he's like sitting in the back and he's chilling, resting for a second, and the one motherfucker just pops up and it's just slow motion, and just that fall, the way he just slowly falls, how it's in slow motion, the blood starts coming out of his mouth. It's just like, it's fucking beautiful. Oh my God, that scene is fucking beautiful. You know? I mean, it's like way better than you'd expect. Like, if you really watch it and you just like get into it, there's gonna be like, you know, certain just like goofy, like, I don't know, goofy shit that you see in movies from back then, where it's just like, you know, you're not really taken too serious, and then it just has some really brutal death scenes and everything, you know, and yeah, like it's better than you expect. At least it was better than I expected, and it was like really fucking good. I like how the one motherfucker's like, hey, yeah, so I set up this dig, the professor guy or whatever, he's like, I set up this dig and everything, and here's all the shit, but good luck, I got other shit to do. It's like, dude, where the fuck? Just so he could show up later and get killed, I guess. Like that arrow in the eye. That was pretty cool. You know? And, you know, at first it comes across as like, you know, this is going to be very insensitive towards, like, you know, Indians, man. It's going to come, but it's like, it's like at first it comes across where it's like, oh, it's just going to like just be fucking racist and shit and just all this other kind of stuff. And it does like have some tropes that it's like, okay, you know, it came out in 83, so maybe it was less PC in the way it like presented itself. You know, I'm sure that some people would watch it today and be like, meh, meh, meh. But I mean, it is a tale of revenge, because here's these assholes going there after they were told not to. After they were told not to go there, they go there anyway. And then they're digging up like this at this burial ground and everything. So this spirit comes back and is like, fuck all y'all, dude. You know? And it's like, it's a real revenge thing where it's like, you would think that, like, you know, the dude that's possessed by like the fucking Indian spirit or whatever, and then you got all this other black magic stuff going on, that it would be that end that was like just totally fucking evil or whatever. But it's actually like almost like a sympathetic bad guy, even though it's like these spirits are like possessing people and killing these motherfuckers and everything. These people were warned to not go trespassing there and fucking around, and they did it anyway, and they were, you know, desecrating sacred land. So it's like the evil bad ends up being a sympathetic evil bad, because you're like, yeah, man, you shouldn't have been fucking around in that spot and everything. So it's like the bad guys aren't totally bad and the good guys aren't totally good or something, you know? But like, yeah, and it's cool like watching it on Blu-ray. You know, I'm glad I snagged it up on Blu-ray. You know, there's a lot of like imports I saw on Amazon, like Blu-ray imports from other countries and everything. I wonder if they got different special features or something. It would be kind of cool to check out maybe down the road. But deemed to be too intense for civilized audiences. Ooh. Yeah. The screen is drenched in despair by the constant nagging anxiety of isolation, the encroaching elements enveloping the characters in a deepening cloud of ever impending horror and doom. It's pretty cool. Like, just his use of like the slow motion and like at certain points is just fucking great too. Like, even at that decapitation scene with slow motion, it's like, it's just so great. It's like, you watch it and it's not like the best super great quality, but it's solid. It's actually really, really fucking good. And I absolutely recommend it to anybody who's like a fan of, you know, either like early 80s grindhouse horror and shit, you know, or, you know, stuff that's maybe like, you know, Fulci, that's a little more like intense and bloody and gory, or just anybody that loves those fucking slashers from around that that time era. Iran. We're not going there. We're not going there. We're not touching that. I will not touch that subject with a 10-foot pole. But, you know, like Intruder and The Prowler and stuff like that. You know, those kind of slashers. I think Scalps holds its own, like, up in that fucking little group, along with, like, you know, like I said, like the Italian really gory stuff, City of the Living Dead and Zombie 2 and all that shit, you know? It's like, and Demons. I look over and I see Demons. It really sits there with those too. It's very, like, he made a very special movie because, you know, it's very retro in its theme and all this other kind of shit and how it's played out. But, and it's very low budget. You could tell it's very low budget, but they did, like, the effects. Like, you'll be like, oh man, this is so low budget and everything, but the effects are really fucking good. Like, they did not skimp on the effects. They made sure that the effects were fucking tight. You know, and it's like, even just some of the weirdness, like, what is that, like a weird little witch ghost head, the face that's like in the fire before it blows up and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, it's just like really creepy and really cool and just really odd and just really brutal. It's got all these elements that are just fucking great. It's even got a dude with a curly little fro and glasses, and skinny white dude and everything. You got to have one of those in your film back then. You know, and it's short too, 84 minutes, but it plays like it plays longer. You know, it seems like it's longer. It really sucks you in and you really go for a ride with it. So and instead of like having a shorter runtime where you're like, oh man, it could have, like, you know, I guess it could have explained more about like what the fuck the lion cat guy whatever was, or who that witch thing was. But I mean, you can kind of surmise that it's the spirits that are in that place because it's holy ground or whatever in the fuck it is, you know? You can just pretty much put that piece together yourself and be like, that's probably what it is, and you're probably right, you know? But it like, I've watched shorter movies where it's like a little bit like, oh, well, you know, they should have added something in there to kind of explain that, or maybe they should have added something over here to kind of explain something. But it doesn't really need it. It plays out. You get the whole story, you know? It's really, really fucking, it's really, really well put together. You know, the solid script, the way it's done. So it's like, at an 84-minute runtime, it's a full movie, you know? And yeah, man, I really dug it, you know? It's definitely one I need to watch at least once a year. It really, really is, because, you know, it's just really fucking solid. Like, look at some of the shit on the back there. You know, I mean, come on, yeah. It doesn't have a ton of special features. It's got some commentary, remembering Scalps, a video featurette with some of the people, you know, original trailer. Scenes from the unauthorized remake Blood Desert, and Scalps 2, the Return of DJ fan film. Because at the end of this movie, it was like, hey, stay tuned for next summer when this is going to happen. And they never made Scalps 2. So that's kind of cool that there was a fan film, you know, of the same title and everything. I don't remember if I've watched it already. Like, I'm going to start, like, watching a movie, and then after I watch the movie, I'm hitting all the special features. I'm watching all the special features and everything. And because, I don't know, I got to get back into that. You know, it was a lot of fun immersing myself more into the films and everything. Even if it's just, you know, like, maybe next time I'll actually watch it with the commentary, you know. Like, although it's like the commentaries are kind of like, sometimes I'm into watching the movie with them, sometimes I'm not. I don't know. I got to be feeling it. But at least the special features, the featurettes, and everything like that, interviews, it's kind of cool to like immerse more into that shit, you know, and get a bigger picture. Hopefully, even though there's like very minimal ones on here, you know, getting a bigger picture of the film itself, you know, and the process and the final product and everything. And I don't know, that's part of the reason I love physical media and why I know a lot of other people love physical media. You can't get that from a streaming service. You can't get all these special features from a streaming service, you know? So having the physical copy, plus it's cool to hold it in my hand, to own it, you know, just, I don't know, to add to the collection, just kind of have, like, I've only got a little bit of my collection here right now. I have a pretty big collection. Got a little bit of a movie buying problem, a little bit, but yeah, and that's part of the reason, you know, and being able to just grab the movie, pop it in, watch it anytime you want. You know how streaming services, they'll have something and then it's gone, and then maybe it comes back, maybe it doesn't, maybe this streaming service has it now, maybe it doesn't, this streaming service has it, but you gotta like sign up and pay monthly just to see shit. Or, you know, none of the streaming services have it, but this one does, but you can rent it or you can buy it to watch on your streaming service forever, but without all the special features, you know? So owning it is just kind of fun. It's like holding a little piece of time and being able to really get into it. And it's just, I don't know, us physical media junkies just love that shit. And I'm one of those. Now, really quick, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to fit a movie in, because I did Mother's Day. My next episode is going to be for Father's Day. And you're probably thinking, oh, man, what's Pootie got up his sleeve for his special holiday episode 2023 of Reviewedly Interrupted? And what is his special Father's Day holiday episode 2023 gonna be? A fucking classic. That's right, National Lampoon's Vacation. Because, I mean, come on. Clark Griswold is like ultimate dad, you know, as far as like when I was growing up. This movie is a fucking classic. And so it's like, what better movie to do for my first Father's Day holiday episode than National Lampoon's Vacation? All right. So yeah, I mean, episode 23, Scalps. And it's like, there is some scalping in it. It would have been cool if there was more scalping, but it's okay. It's okay. You know, I think Maniac had more scalping in it. And it wasn't called Scalps, but it's okay. You know, it's okay. And I don't know if I think that if you're into the I don't know, how many times can I say it, man? If you're into either grindhouse, slasher, fucking gore, fucking violent, low budget, all this shit, any one of those, any combination, one or two of them, you're gonna love this film. And I think that if you're a collector, you should have a copy of this in your shit. You should get this shit and put it with your other shit, so you have more shit, and this shit is added to that shit, because it's fucking bomb, and I love Scalps. I swear, man, it's just, I mean, how can I explain it without you seeing it? You gotta go watch it. You gotta see it, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. It's like, it's just so well done. It's just so well done, and it shouldn't be. I don't know why it shouldn't be, but it just really is. And yeah, I mean, go check out Scalps and get back to me, because I think you'll dig the effects. And like the acting isn't too bad, really. I mean, it's like I've seen worse acting. It's that kind of like just cheesy, old school kind of low budget acting where it's like they don't have like fucking actors that are, you know, big Hollywood actors, so that's not going on. But like, you know, the acting isn't too bad. So it's like you can watch the acting and not be too turned off by like, oh my god, dude, where the fuck did they find these fools? Because they can't act. It's decent, you know. They did a pretty good job for the time. I mean, it's like it's like a lot of films that came out then, but the thing is, what elevates it is just little, like I said, the little things that Fred Olen Ray throws in there that really make it something special. It's gritty looking, you know, it's just very grindhousey, gritty looking, and that slow motion fucking kill scene. You watch that, that's like the one of the best kills I've ever seen in my entire life on a movie, you know? I have never seen kills in real life, so duh. Of course a movie. I swear I've never seen kills in real life. I swear. I have seen shit on Live Leak and everything else, and I used to like go on Rotten.com back in the day, but not the movie. Fakeness. A fakeness and not rolls. Not rolls at all. It's a fakeness, and a fakeness is the movie effects I'm making up. So yes, like, check this movie out. It's fun. Scalps. All right, people. That's enough yapping. But yeah. So this has been episode 23 of Reviewedly Interrupted with me, your host, Pootie. So yeah, join me next time when I do my special Father's Day holiday episode 2023. So I have signed your pity on a runny kind, and I will see you next time, motherfuckers. Peace, deuces, capichow, wadada. You